Hi everyone, welcome back in another video project. So in today's video, we're going to be building a premium landing page for an AI enhancer SaaS application. The stack that we're going to be using, eventually we're going to be using React, Tailwind CSS, Next.js 16, and also we're going to be using shadcn, but also another tool that I'm going to show you later on to be able to build this beautiful and premium landing page in minutes. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to reload the page because this is fully animated by frame motion. So as you can see, right off the bat, we have this beautiful animation from the navbar and also for this beautiful hero section with the animated flickering grid at the background. So if I scroll down a little bit, as you can see, we have this beautiful effect of the dashboard leaning on towards the screen as I'm scrolling down. And if I scroll down a bit, as you can see, we have this infinite sliding effect of the social proof. A bit, we have this beautiful animated feature section. And also we have at the background, the animated grid. And also I can click on these tabs to be able to see these images. And these images are just as a reference I'm using for the theme of the application rather than like leaving them blank. And also notice that they are fully animated as I'm clicking on each tab. If I scroll down a bit, as you can see, we have this how it works section also animated. And also we have this beautiful uh, pricing plans section. Also, I added the animated flickering background, and also it is fully animated with this beautiful design. And if we scroll down, we have also this testimonial section, also animated with a bit of blurry, transparent background. And also it is animated. And as I'm scrolling down, it gets a little bit faster, given this premium vibe. And also we have this call to action. And also I add a bit of, if you can see it, a bit of flickering grid at the background, and we have these floating animated icons. And then we have the frequent asked questions. And finally, we have at the bottom the footer section also animated with a bit of animated grid at the background. And also this supports dark mode as well since we're using shadcn. So if I turn the dark mode on, as you can see, I think it looks a lot better depending on the person's preference, but for in my perspective, it looks a lot better and with the dark mode, with such kind of premium vibe. And also it is completely responsive. So as you can see, so let's change the the screen size. So as you can see, it is fully responsive for our landing page. So if you are in a hurry and you don't want to waste time into seeing how I can build this, you can find the link down below for the source code. So it's not free, but I'm providing it with a cheap price. But for that kind of result, you can all find it elsewhere in the web, at least 40 bucks, 50 bucks a month, but I'm providing it with a cheap price just to give me more support and keep going and keep building that kind of projects and outcome in my YouTube channel. So it would help me a lot. So now let's begin building this premium landing page. Hi everyone, welcome back. So we're going to start from here with a tool called BullStack that I've been building for about 2 years and a half to be able to make creating web applications a lot easier. So not only it has a SaaS architecture to build from, but also it has reusable components, backgrounds, such shadcn UI themes, but also the tool that we're going to be using today, which is a page builder to create a landing page in minutes. So let you discover all of this in this framework that I created with a lot of effort to make web development easier for me, but also I'm providing it as a service for other web developers as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to click on the page builder. So let me delete this, and we're gonna start from a blank sheet. And so the first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add the new block in here, and this new window will pop up to be able to select all of these components to add in the page builder. So the first component that I'm gonna add is the navbar. So I'm gonna choose this one. So as you can see, we have the component fully live in here, and at the right side we have this control panel to be able to actually update the component. So for example, I can update the name, so I can choose a new name, clarify.ai, because I already used it to create this landing page, but I'm gonna make things faster to not waste your time. And then we can be able to use this in a new project and do the modifications necessary to be able to get that kind of visual that I showed you in the demo. So here, as you can see, I added the new name for the application, and here I'm gonna choose the icon. So let's choose uh, a new icon for the application. So I'm gonna choose this one since for it is used for AI. And also you can change the text start free, and also we can be able to change the theme. So here I'm gonna choose the theme, and this theme is gonna be used for the whole page, not for only the nav bar. So this is the theme that I showed you, and you can choose many themes from here, and also I'm planning to add more themes in the future. So as you can see, so this is the nav bar. And the second component that I'm going to be adding is the hero section. So here I have these 8 hero sections, but we're going to be using this one. So as you can see, so this is the hero section. As you can see, it is loaded with the animation and everything that you need, and you can see this live before you can update this. So the reason why we still have the information of the landing page that I showed you, because everything that I'm doing here is saved in the local storage, because I'm using shadcn and I'm using the persist middleware to be able to help me with this. So I'm not going to do anything in here just to not waste any time. So I'm going to just add the blocks. Then I'm going to add the second block, which is the social proof. So don't worry about these. We are going to update them in the project. Then we are going to add the feature. So I have 6 feature section that I added for now. So we're going to add this one. So as you can see, the data is already populated, as I said, because they are saved in the local storage. So I'm not going to waste any time trying to do all of this. One thing that I didn't show you in here, if you go all the way at the top, so you can be able to populate all the data via AI. But I'm not using a direct API. I'm using a way to make it free. And so if we click on this window, so we can add the app idea that you want, and it's gonna take us to ChatGPT, and it's gonna paste the prompt, and then you can click on this to be able to generate a JSON format. So I'm gonna show you how it is working, and then I'm gonna copy this one, and then I'm gonna click on the JSON button and paste the JSON format that ChatGPT gave us and click import. So as you can see, everything has been imported successfully. So the same works for all the components that I built in, that I added in this page builder. So let's keep building or adding the blocks for the page builder. So I'm gonna add the how it works. Then I'm gonna add the pricing. So also I have another pricing component. Also, I'm gonna add the testimonials. So as you can see, it's pretty smooth to add all the components and put them at the top of each other. And then we're going to add the call to action. So this one, we're going to choose this one, and the frequent asked question. And finally, we're going to add the footer section. So as you can see now, we have our full landing page, and you can add other components if you want to. So right now, what we're going to be doing is taking this whole thing and adding it in a new project. And this is what we're going to be doing next. So now we're going to install our landing page in a brand new Next.js project. And to be able to do this, I'm providing a CLI command to be able to do this automatically. So one thing that we're going to be doing before getting the CLI command, so we're going to go to the main page. So we're going to click on Bolt Stack at the top here to be able to access the main page. And then we're going to click on Free Next.js boilerplate. So here I'm going to add a new name for the project. Uh, for the project, clarify.ai. So I'm going to take this one and put it in here so it doesn't matter. And so also we're going to skip all of this since I added the shadcn UI themes. So the reason why I have this because I did this before implementing the shadcn UI themes. So let's click on next and then let's generate a new project. So we're gonna open up our zip file and then we're gonna extract this. So let's create a new folder here and put it inside this folder. So now we're gonna open it up in VS Code and do this. So now we are going to type in npm install to be able to install all the packages. So as you can see, the packages has been installed successfully. Now type in npm run diff. So let's open up a new window tab and hit localhost 3000. So this is the simple landing page that comes with the free Next.js boilerplate. So what we're going to be doing now is installing this landing page that we created. So don't worry, everything, as I said, is saved in the local storage. So we're not going to lose all the content that we created. So now I'm going to click on this button. It's going to generate for us the CLI command to copy, and we're going to paste it in here. So let's open up a new tab, and I'm going to paste it in here. So as you can see, the page builder CLI detected 10 components, the page code, and the global CSS. So if I click enter, so this it's going to override the page.tsx inside the app folder. So I'm going to hit enter, yes, and then it's going to download all the components inside the components folder. As you can see, all the components that we used in the page builder has been downloaded successfully. And also I'm going to override the theme, and then I'm going to go to the page.tsx, and I'm going to add the use client flag. So we have some errors in here, but they're not critical. So the error is related to the icons. So this one for the footer and also for the icons of the social media. So let's import them. And also the last one is for YouTube. Like this, I'm gonna save the file. And then if I go back to the local host 3000, so as you can see, so this is our landing page ready to be used. So eventually it is not looking as I showed you, but we have the skeleton of our landing page to start from rather than starting from scratch. But because if you would want to do this by yourself, it's going to take you hours, even days. But now what we're going to be doing is add in some a bit of code for the styling to get the same look as I showed you at the demo. And also, as you can see, it is very smooth and easy to be able to install this whole landing page via the CLI command as well. So now we're going to start doing some design tweaks and changes so you can be able to get the same result that I showed you at the beginning of this video. So the first thing that we're going to start with, of course, is the navbar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to our code, and here I'm going to paste this class name. So we have a bit of color, background color, primary color, and also we're going to shrink a little bit the width with a little bit of bordered or colored with a little bit of color at the border and the rounded with the large rounded borders. So if we go back, as you can see, right now it is already looking good. So the next thing that we're going to be doing here, so we're going to use this logo position to be able to put the name and the logo at the left side. If we save the file, as you can see, it is at the left side of the navbar. So this is part of the navbar 3 component when I created it. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is changing the name. So the name also accepts the React node, so we can be able to add some HTML tags in the name. And this is what we are going to do. So I'm going to paste this one here. And if I save the file, so as you can see, we have our new name. And what I need to do, sorry, I need to put this in the name, not the logo. So I need to put this in the name property. So now we can be able to see our new logo and our new name in here. So now I think that we are done with the navbar, and we are gonna start working on the on the hair section. One thing that I want to add in here, we're gonna use this left add-ons property. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna add the mode toggle component. So providing this prompt so you can be able to add like buttons in here. So now as you can see, our component has been added, and you can and I did this to be able to add wherever component in here. So now let's keep working on our landing page, and we're gonna start working on the hero section. So the first issue that we need to solve is the padding or the margin, to have a little bit of space between the hero section and the nav bar at the top. And what I'm gonna do here, I need to create a new div because we're going to add the flickering grid uh, animation, and it needs to be within a container. Otherwise, it's going to take or spread all across the landing page. And here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add these utility classes. Margin, a little bit of margin at the top, a relative, and the overflow hidden. And then I'm going to take this component in here, and I'm gonna put it within this div. So now if we go back in here, as you can see right now, it looks a lot. We solved the issue, so uh, we don't have the issue that the hero section is with is inside the nav bar. So the only thing that we need to add is to update this um, this header. And so this is what I'm going to do next. So let's go back to the code and in here in the hidden, so if we hover over the text, as you can see, it can also accept a React node. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to paste this node or this ht1 tag. So the reason why I made sure that each prompt accepts a string or a React node, just to be able to solve this issue. So if we go back here, as you can see, we have our new design, our updated design of our text. And right now it is looking a lot nicer so far. So the thing that we're going to be doing right now is adding the animation. And to be able to do this, what we're going to do, we're going to go back to boldstack.dev. So as I said, as I showed you at the beginning of this video, um, I have many tools, and one of them is the background. So if we click on the backgrounds, so these are the backgrounds that I added for now, and I'm going to be adding in the future. And what we're going to do, we're going to go to this one. And here, what I'm going to do, as you can see, we have a control panel to be able to control some of the properties of the animation. And this is something that I didn't see quite a lot, or even I didn't see that a lot of great UI components website that are providing that kind of thing, but they are not providing like a control panel where you can do all of this, because that's a great time saver, because you have a live visual of everything or the animation that you want to have. So now I'm going to add some squares, and also I'm going to uh, so let's add a little bit of gap, and also the max opacity, so we're going to add more. And I think also we're going to add the fading at the top, and also we are going to increase the intensity. So I think we're gonna stick with all these properties. So let's add more opacity. And so once we're done with this, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save the file. So I'm gonna save it inside the project. So let's go to the project. So the name is clarify.ai, and here I'm going to put it inside the components folder, and I'm going to save it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this snippet, and then inside this div. So this is why we added the relative utility in here. So we're going to paste this code, and here I'm going to import the component. So if we go back to our landing page, so as you can see, it is already looking good so far. So I didn't do anything, just copy and paste. Probably I'm gonna add more grids. So let's do this. And so let's add more square grids. So as you can see, everything is working so far. So we can play with all these properties. And the most important thing is that everything is working so far, and the speed that of which we are going with to be able to create that kind of landing page. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is updating all of these elements or the logos to be able to get the same ones that I showed you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the code, and to save you time, uh, so I'm going to paste all of these, and let's go back. So as you can see, we have all the new icons, and what I'm going to do here, I'm going to make the grayscale as false. So if we go back, so as you can see, we can see the colors of the actual logos. So one thing that I'm going to update is the grid. So I'm not happy with the results. So what I'm gonna do here, so I'm gonna change the square size and let's change the grip gap, sorry. And so let's copy again this snippet. So let's go back to our code and I'm going to get rid from this div. So let's save it again. So let's go back. So as you can see, I think right now it is looking a lot nicer because we have a lot of grids animated so far. So, and the next thing that we're going to be doing is working on this feature section. So now we're going to update a little bit of the styling of the feature section. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go to the feature section 12, and then I'm going to paste the new code. So don't worry, I'm going to explain all the changes that has been made. So if I reload the page, as you can see, we have our new headline with this beautiful italic text. And also I need to add the actual images. And so let's go back in here. So the only thing that I has been added, so the class name has been changed with the background primary of 5 and a little bit of border. And also I added this h1 tag. So also for each component, especially the hero section, the features, so any component that exposes a main hidden or a subhidden, it accepts also React Node, so you can be able to do this. So as you can see, uh, we are updating the style of the landing page. So I've already done the work, but now things are going a little bit faster because I'm just copying and pasting to save time. And now we're going to keep working on this and we're going to update as well the hidden. And also we're going to update the batch styling. And also we're going to update a little bit of what's inside each container of each step. So let's go back to our code and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to paste the new code in here. So if we save the file here, I need to actually um, import the icons from the Lucid package. So if we save the file and go back in here, so as you can see, we have our new design of the actual feature or how it works section. But also, if you noticed, the batch style also changes. So as I said, for each component, I'm providing a class name for each element to be able to change the style, the design style of the component without having to go inside the component. So this is my philosophy to be able to save time. So I'm going to explain the changes that has been made. So the how it works to component has this component or the property step number class name. So this one to be able to change it is linked to this little card where the number where each number lives in, and also we have the icon card class name that is linked to each card in each step, and these are the utility classes that I added to be able to add this style. So also we did the same thing for the title, and also I added a little bit of margin at the bottom. For the title of the text, we have this h1 tag, since the text also accepts the React node with the same philosophy that I used for hero section and the navbar. And so I think this is it. And also I added the text primary for each icon so you can be able to get the primary color of the shadcn theme that we are using currently in our project. So the next thing that I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna add this little blur that we saw underneath this whole feature section, but also the animated grid pattern animation, and this is what I'm gonna do now. So let's go back to VS Code. And the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to add a new div in here. And I'm going to add the class name. I'm going to paste these utility classes. And inside this div, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all of these components inside this div. And next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the blurry blob effect underneath each of these components within this div. I'm going to paste this div. And those are the utility classes to be able to get that kind of result. As you can see, we have our blurry effect underneath this whole section. So those are the utility classes that I'm using to be able to center it and have that kind of effect. And also the second thing that I'm going to be added is the animated grid pattern. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go back to ball stack. So let's click on this, and this is the one that we are going to be using. So I'm going to add more height and width. So let's add 1200. And also what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the primary here. And also I'm going to add the radical center fading, and let's add more here, more intensity. And also I'm going to add more square to be animated. And also I'm going to reduce the duration cycle and add a little bit of max opacity of the animated squares. So let's add more. And I think we are ready to go. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to save this component in here before use. I'm going to copy this one, and then I'm going to paste it in here. So um, let's import the component. So let's go back in here. So as you can see, we have our we have our grid, and also we need to add a little bit of tweaks because we need to add more fade at the edges because we want to see only this part at the center. So I updated the code, and now we can see the results that I want. And so these are the elements that, or all the changes that I made to be able to get that kind of results. So now our landing page is looking so far so good. So now we're going to start working on the pricing plan.